October 16th, 2022 was a significant day for the small town of Tupper Lake, New York. For the first time since the 1980 Olympics, a passenger train from Utica would be arriving in the village of 3,200 residents.
Oh, this is great. I hope this is a portent of things to come. It's neat seeing a train run, and I hope the railroad really supports it this time, too. It felt a long time that the north end was sort of it was hard because as a tourist railroad, it was so big with the Adirondack Scenic, and you had a big space in between. It was hard to keep the north end continuously linked in with the south end. So hopefully with this all being rebuilt, this will all be one kind of continuous family sort of line like it was before.
The train will go through some beautiful scenery, inaccessible from the road, and it will be quite a spectacular ride.
One of those secluded but historic locations is at the base of Mount Arab. Childwold Station is a long-forgotten part of Tupper Lake's industry. Only a stone foundation marks the location of this important interchange with the Grasse River Railroad.
The Grasse River Railroad was a short line. It was a common carrier, an offshoot of the Emporium Forestry Company. They did run passenger service from Childwald to Conifer and then on to Cranberry Lake.
Here we can see what once was a station connecting the Grasse River with the New York Central. Passengers on the Adirondack Railroad will pass Childwold Station on their way from Tupper Lake to Sebattis during the summer and fall of 2023. Next stop, Tupper Lake has been an iconic phrase to the village for years, and the pair of passenger trains arriving in 2022 brought Next Stop, Tupper Lake into reality for the first time. People traveled from miles around to see their local dream becoming a reality.
What went into expanding the railroad from Thendera to Tupper Lake?
Well, the line was already good as far as big moves, so a lot of ties and a lot of ballast. We added all the way up through. We brought it up to being able to do 59 miles an hour. We won't do that fast, but we can get something in that class now. It would be a nice whatever. A lot of money, of course, involved, but it's all covered, and we're here.
Behind Larry is the newest locomotive on the railroad, number 2400. This American Locomotive Works unit was built in upstate New York in 1965 and was acquired by the railroad in 2022, specifically to provide additional service to Tupper Lake.
It's amazing how interlinked the rail lines were to the buildings of many of the communities, and the Adirondacks certainly wouldn't have been the same without a major railroad driving through the middle of it.
For people like Josh, having an operating railroad to Tupper Lake is more than just an economic opportunity.
Railroad volunteers, I never got paid for my time on the railroad. I used my gas, I came out, and it wasn't just running trains. We started in the spring running high rails up and down the line, basically cutting up trees and branches and things like that that had fallen over.
Thanks to the Adirondack Railroad and its dedicated volunteers, Tupper Lake's railroad history will continue for many years to come. All aboard! Next stop, Tupper Lake.